You're seeing it every day, right? At the gas station, the grocery store, pretty much everywhere. It feels like your wallet is just getting squeezed from all sides. But what if the real reason why has nothing to do with what you think? Let's break it down. Right now, everybody is focused on one thing: the price you pay at the pump. And yeah, it hurts. It's obvious. And it's really easy to get mad about. But what if I told you that's not the real story? Not even close. Nope. Think of those crazy gas prices like a smoke alarm blaring in your house. They're not the fire, they are the loud, annoying warning for a much, much bigger blaze that's headed straight for your food, your bills, your entire cost of living. So, what is this bigger problem? Well, it all boils down to the incredibly fragile supply chains we all rely on, and one critical choke point in particular that almost nobody is looking at. Okay, so check this out. We all know these narrow shipping lanes are basically highways for oil, right? But here's the kicker that no one talks about. The exact same routes are critical for moving fertilizer around the world. That means two things that are absolutely essential to our modern lives are totally dependent on the same single, very vulnerable path. And that is the whole point. You don't need some huge catastrophe. A small blockage, a political squabble, any little disruption can trigger a massive shockwave. And when that happens, prices don't just go up a little bit. They surge. And they surge everywhere, almost overnight. So let's trace that first shockwave. We'll start with oil, just because it's the one we all feel first. It really is the first domino to fall in a very long line. Let's just throw a number out there. What if some disruption sends oil prices jumping to, say, $180 a barrel? What does that actually mean for you? Believe me, it is so much more than just paying more to fill up your car. All of a sudden, everything, and I mean everything, that has to be shipped, delivered, or flown costs more. The food in your grocery store, that package showing up at your door, that flight you were hoping to book for vacation. It's a really sharp reminder that the cost of energy is baked into the price of literally everything you buy. But that domino effect doesn't just stop with gas and shipping. Now we get to the part of the story most people are completely missing, and it has everything to do with what's on your dinner plate tonight. With all the headlines about gas prices and inflation, there's a key ingredient to this entire economic puzzle that's just being ignored. So what is it? That's it. Fertilizer. It is the foundation of modern farming. It's the stuff that makes our food affordable and keeps it plentiful. And guess what? Its supply is just as vulnerable. And the logic here, it's just brutally simple. When fertilizer prices spike, a farmer's costs go through the absolute roof. And when their costs go up, they've got no choice but to pass that cost on. And that means you pay more for bread, for vegetables, for meat, for everything. And we're not talking about next year. We're talking soon. And here's where it gets really serious. You see, these problems aren't happening one by one in a neat little line. They're hitting us all at the same time, and they are feeding off of each other. So think about it. You've got expensive oil making shipping and transport a nightmare. You have fertilizer shortages making food way more expensive. And then you layer on top of all of that instability in the natural gas market, which affects everything from heating your home to making, well, pretty much anything. This is how inflation doesn't just rise, it compounds, it snowballs. Okay, so this is probably the most important part. This isn't going to feel like some sudden stock market crash. There won't be sirens or big breaking news alerts for this. No, it's going to be a lot quieter, a lot slower. It's going to feel more like a slow creep. At first, you'll just notice your grocery bill is, higher than you expected. A few months after that, your utility bills tick up again. And then maybe 6 months from now, you'll just have that sinking feeling that your paycheck doesn't go as far as it used to. That feeling of your money just stretching less and less. So, what are you supposed to do with all this information? Well, the answer is not to panic. The answer is to prepare. Because being prepared always beats reacting in the moment. All right, here's the game plan. First, take a hard look at your spending. Cut the stuff that's just nice to have now so you can protect the need to have later. Second, try to build up your savings. Even a small financial cushion can be a total lifeline. And finally, just be mindful of your energy use. Every little bit helps. Look, this isn't about being paranoid, it's about taking back a little bit of control. And this right here, this is the key takeaway. Most people are going to wait. They'll wait until the problem is undeniable, until it's on every news channel 24/7. But by that point, your options are really limited. The time to make smart moves is before the crisis hits, not in the middle of it. When it comes down to it, it's this simple. Having foresight is a huge advantage. The people who actually understand how these things are connected and can see what's coming around the corner, they're the ones who can navigate through it. They don't get caught by surprise. Understanding what's on the horizon is always the first step to getting through it. So if you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you follow for more explainers just like this one, breaking down the forces that are shaping your world